Yeah, there are lots of ideas coming out of science, of course, and it's important to bring new solutions out to people, and that is today in today's society we do that through business actually. So we need to bring these ideas out to the public through business, and whether you like it or not, that's how it works. So how do you do that? Well, someone has to find these ideas from the scientists and make companies start up things like that, which is not so easy oftentimes. Some scientists are interested in that, and some scientists actually do it well as well, but mostly it's difficult to go from doing science to doing business. So the best thing I think is that if a scientist has a good idea that they want to commercialize, is to find an entrepreneur that can help them do the business part of it, and maybe form a company together and just go for it. But it's a tough journey as well. It's a long way to go, and especially if you're into maybe alternative things and you develop products that are a bit outside of established science and established business models, maybe then it's even harder. And if you want to convince people to buy something that they don't understand, then you're in trouble maybe, and you have to make sure that you understand it enough so that you can tell people what it is and explain what it does, and so on, and help people to understand how it benefits them. And that's hard if it's something that is really kind of far outside of the box. So how do you do that? Well, I'm not really sure. I don't know. It depends. But if you have something that really requires people to think outside the box, then you have to be very careful. You have to have good science to support what you're doing, and you have to have very good arguments. Try to stay off the details as much as you can until it's necessary, but then you have to be prepared to go there as well and do some good communication work and try to explain to people what it does and show some solid data about how it works as well. So yeah, I think that's the main thing. So if a scientist has a good idea that they want to commercialize, then it's a good idea to find an entrepreneur. You can try it yourself, but eventually it might be good to find someone to collaborate with. There are many examples, I guess, of people who would do this. But if you're talking about selling something that is well, let's call it based on unconventional science, I think that Europe might not be the best option. I think that Asia would be better, perhaps places like India, for example, where they might be open-minded, looking for things like that. China maybe also. But I don't know about doing business in India and China, for example. I haven't done it myself, so I don't know. But there are, of course, challenges in doing that too. Even though people might be more open-minded for unconventional ideas in science, it's still challenges in those markets maybe. So it's hard. I mean, you have to try it and see where you get the flow to move forward and go with that.